Mining companies today face a tough mix of rising costs, deeper exploration challenges, and soaring demand for critical minerals. Technology is becoming essential in tackling these pressures. Well, Seequent is known for its Leapfrog 3D modeling software, now connected directly with Imago for richer core imagery. But the company's bigger play is Evo. Now, that's a platform designed to unlock subsurface data and power new apps like BlockSync and Driver. Well, joining me now is John Vandermay, Chief Technology Officer at Seequent. For more on this, John, thanks very much indeed for chatting to us.
Thank you, Devan. Appreciate your time today. Thanks for having me here.
Well, I suppose before we get into the nitty-gritties, let's just raise the curtain here. What are the biggest challenges mines are grappling with today, and how do they set the stage for technology like that of Seequent?
Yeah, for sure. And I've had conversations with a number of our C-level customers. And the challenges that I'm hearing from CTOs and CIOs at mining companies is really getting access to their data. They have a plethora of data that is splayed out across the organization, and it's locked into siloed, walled gardens. And having access to that data to be able to leverage their information assets is a real challenge. And unlocking that and having ubiquitous, seamless insight and being able to make the right decisions at the right time based off the right data is critical to them. With applications that are disconnected or bespoke siloed applications with siloed data platforms, really creates challenges for those organizations. And by us being open, we're trying to solve that problem through Seequent Evo, where customers have access to their data.
Mm-hmm. And under that backdrop, Leapfrog now streams high-resolution core imagery directly from Imago, right? Why is this integration a breakthrough? And how does machine learning add value?
Yeah. So the real value is being able to gain the imagery and insights into your core imagery when you're actually looking at your geological models directly in your modeling product. But the real breakthrough innovation isn't just about the actual viewing of the core imagery. It's the fact that within Imago, leveraging the data that we have in our platform, we're actually able to apply machine learning and artificial intelligence to be able to do identification of the actual geology in the actual core imagery, which really helps move the needle in terms of being able to take the images, being able to auto-crop, being able to identify rock quality, being able to identify veins, being able to identify quality and color. And those elements, those capabilities really help speed up the geologist's job and being able to help them generate more accurate, timely, more efficient geological models than what they were able to do before.
Yeah, and working with subsurface data, I mean, that's where the critical sort of job spec comes in, right? So let's pivot to Evo. For those new to it, what exactly does Evo do?
Yeah, for sure. So Evo is a platform that allows, an open platform that allows you to connect your modeling tools and your applications directly into your geoscience workflows. And by open, Seequent Evo is capable of working and is able to work with data regardless of where it came from. So the data can come from Seequent product, it can come from non-Seequent product, it can come from our customers' own systems, it can come from partner systems, it can even come from competitor systems. And because Evo is open in its capability, built with modern contemporary architecture, with open APIs that allow for ease of data ingress and egress, the ease by which customers are able to take advantage of their data and drive it, for example, into short-term geological modeling initiatives or stockpile optimization. Being able to enable our customers to do that capability directly through Evo, regardless of where the data came from, is the real secret sauce from the platform. Evo ensures that your data is accessible, auditable, and fully model ready to go so customers can move quickly and action that data very effectively.
I want to expand on that, John, because the efficiency created by that is just so valuable, isn't it? I mean, Evo also comes with, like you say, native apps like BlockSync and Driver. Can you explain how they actually work and why they matter for this mining workflows that we're talking about?
Yeah, for sure. So in the context of these applications, they're built on top of that open data platform. So again, when we're going to work with block models, we have customers, for example, I mentioned earlier that we have customers who are using BlockSync, and they're actually taking advantage of the short-term geological modeling capabilities by leveraging the block model, optimizing down their mining value chain through the block model. And so being able to take the block models that come from other products or from Seequent products or customers' own systems, and being able to leverage that and optimize through Seequent Evo is very, very powerful and very, very enabling for our customers. And likewise, Driver, for example, is also built within Seequent Evo and enables complex 3D geological modeling by automating the structural analysis of your deposits and providing greater insights and ore body knowledge with your actual deposits. And so being able to provide faster, more accurate insights into your geological models and understanding what you have underneath the subsurface of the earth is critical. And we have customers, for example, today who are taking advantage of Seequent Driver, being able to identify veins in their deposits that they didn't even know they had. And so for them, when they're mining these particular resources and extracting them, having that insight and learning what else they have by just looking at a slightly different area, just by using the data and making better data, machine learning driven, informed decisions off the data is absolutely key. And doing that in an open way, using open standards, where it's easy to get the data in, easy to get the data out, where Driver will work with that data regardless of where it came from. It could come from Seequent product and from non-Seequent product, is really, really powerful and extremely enabling. It really adheres to that story of openness and really enabling our CIOs to take advantage of the information assets that they have.
I'm getting a sense embedded in what you were saying here is that risk factor, right? You just reduce the risk, and it's always in front of mind in exploration. How does Evo, BlockSync, and Driver together give companies greater confidence when they're evaluating that ore body, for example?
Yeah, ultimately it comes down to being able to make proper decisions based off the data that you have. So having access to all the information, having access to the information assets, and making the right decisions off the right data, and confidently know that you're actually using the right data. Oftentimes it's difficult to know what is the latest version of your geological model, what is the latest version of your block model, and having all the lineage in terms of knowing who did what when, and understanding the transformations that data went through is absolutely key. And Seequent Evo provides that full capability in terms of versioning, auditability, traceability, data lineage, all in one place. And being able to take advantage of that and leverage that and make decisions with confidence is key. And mitigating the risk is really about making the right decisions at the right time with the right data. There's nothing worse than making a bad decision based off data that you thought was correct. And that's just very, very frustrating. And so making the right decision with confidence is absolutely key. And Evo enables a lot of that.
Just as we wrap up, John, I mean, where do you see this eventually panning out when you look ahead, right? I mean, inside the ecosystem of exploration, this new technology, how do you see this panning out?
Yeah. Well, we hear a lot about AI in the industry, and there's a lot of talk about that. We hear it from our competitors, we hear it from the industry, we hear it from our customers. We see it everywhere with the emerging tools that are taking place, and the pace of innovation there is remarkable. And in the age of AI, the phrase, "it's all about the data," carries enormous influence and supremacy, especially in the context of agentic AI taking center stage. Trusted, open, high-quality enterprise data is table stakes for intelligent agents. Metadata, data transformations, computations, history, lineage, and geolocation are what give context to subsurface intelligence and subsurface AI. Seequent has been mastering specific geoscience capabilities, and we've been dominant in the industry for decades with our capabilities. And with Evo being open, using web standards for APIs, making the schemas and reference applications open source, Seequent is enabling machine learning and geo-agentic AI to be deployed in the mining industry at scale. And as a result, we are going to see significant transformation enabled and unlocked through Seequent Evo.
Well, look, it certainly does sound compelling, very interesting indeed. John Vandermay, Chief Technology Officer at Seequent, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Appreciate your time today. Thank you.